Today on Camp Outside, we do a campground review at Bruneau Dunes State Park in Bruneau, Idaho. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. Today we're doing a campground review at Bruneau Dunes State Park in Bruneau, Idaho. We're staying at Bruneau Dunes State Park as part of our 2024 summer trip. So if you want to see our camping vlog from this park, I'm going to put a link right up here where you can check that out. But other than that, guys, let's get right into the review. Bruneau Dunes State Park is located in Bruneau, Idaho, which is in the southwestern corner of the state. It's easily accessible by Boise, Twin Falls, or Pocatello, Idaho, and not much else. Here's a map of the state park, and as you can see, the state park has some nice trails, some great sand dunes to climb on, and 2 campgrounds. It's not a huge state park, but there's lots to see and do. There are 2 campgrounds in this state park. One is the Broken Wheel Campground, which we're going to take a look at. That's where we stayed and where I would recommend you stay. And then the other one is called Eagle Cove Campground. Not as big of a fan of that campground for reasons I will give you in a little bit, but those are the maps for both. This campground doesn't have a lot of amenities, but it is still a really nice campground. Let's take a look at the restroom facility. So here's a look at the restroom in the Broken Wheel Campground. I didn't film the one in Eagle Cove. I meant to, and I ran out of time. But I think you can get an idea of what the restrooms are like by this one. So we're going to enter into the men's restroom. Sorry, ladies, I don't go in the female restroom. I don't want to get screamed at. But as you can see, there's sinks and mirrors, a urinal, a regular stall, and then a handicap stall. And that is the restroom portion of the building. We're going to head into the men's shower side. And so in here you can see it's basically just a shower house with some standard showers. Pretty basic. I will say the restroom in the shower house was clean when we were there, so whoever maintains them, whether it's a camp host or whatever, did a really good job. And then, of course, there are some more handicap-style shower stall, which is this one right here. So a little bit bigger, room for a wheelchair, which is nice. And then some hand railings. But still a standard spigot, no hand wand, which is kind of a bummer. That's a look at the shower side. And then there's a handicap restroom, and this is really nice. So it has a sink and a mirror, obviously a commode, and then it has a shower stall with a bench and then a hand wand. So I highly recommend you use the handicap restroom if you need a hand wand or are in a wheelchair. Let's take a drive-in tour, and I'll point out the other amenities in the campground as we drive. All right, so the first campground we're going to drive through is Broken Wheel, and we are going to follow the path with the red arrows covering the entire campground. So as we head in, we're coming in on the main park road. You can see one of the sand dunes there in the distance. And then where you can see that travel trailer off to the left, that's the dump station. We're going to cover that in a few minutes, but I just thought I'd point it out that the dump station is across the main road from the Broken Wheel Campground. So instead of turning in towards the dump station, we are going to turn right into the Broken Wheel Campground. And so the wheel road itself is 2-way, but the interior of the campground is a 1-way road. So as you can see, we're coming in here, and so this is sites 1 through 16, right? So 1 on the left, 2 on the right, 3 on the left, 4 on the right, and so on. Each of these sites is equipped with electric hookup and a water spigot. There is the restroom facility that's located in the center of Broken Wheel with some extra parking. That is site 9 off to the left. Should be site 10 to the right, 11 to the left, and so on. The little concrete barrel to the right there is a gray water disposal. And then you can see site 16 where we were at with the cargo camper off to the right there. All right, we're going to hang a left and head to the next set of spokes in the Broken Wheel. Passing some extra parking to the right here. And as we turn in, we're going to go past sites 17 to 32. These sites have electric and water. And some of them have these little shelters over the picnic table, which is kind of nice. It's pretty bright here. Not a lot of shade, so that's pretty nice to have. I think that was site 23 to the left there. And then that's the main restroom facility, again, straight ahead of us. That was site 27 off to the left, 29 off to the left. And then the final one off to the left, it should be 31 and 32 to the right. We're going to hang a left here, and we're going to head to the final set of spokes in the Broken Wheel Campground, and that'll be sites 33 to 48. These are tent sites. Now, you could park an RV or a travel trailer in there if it's small. But these sites do not have electric hookup, and I don't know whether or not they have water. Off to the right there is a vault toilet. So we're going to hang a left into here, I'm sorry. And that should be 33 to the left and 34 to the right. 35 to the left, as you can see. And then these sites have the shelters over the picnic tables, which are pretty nice. As you can see, these parking lots aren't very deep, so if you do have a trailer or an RV, you're going to want it to be pretty short. Again, the main restroom in front of us, and then that little concrete barrel there to the left. Right there is a wastewater disposal. Some of these sites have charcoal grills. Off to the left there should be site 45. And then the left again should be 47, 48 to the right, and 40. I'm sorry, that was 46 and then 48. All right, so that is the end of the Broken Wheel Campground. We're going to drive our way out. And so there's only one road from Broken Wheel back out to the main road. And so that's right here. So off to the right are the dumpsters for trash. camp post is off to the left there. You can also buy firewood there. And then if you go left, you go to the exit of the park. If you go right, you head down to the dunes. If you go straight, you go to the dump station. So as you can see, we're heading towards the sand dunes now. We're going to head down towards Eagle Cove Campground. Okay, so we're going to come in on the main road, and then we're going to follow the path to the red arrows. Basically, there's two lobes to this campground. We're going to do the left lobe first. So as we come down the main road, again, this is the road that you would take to go down to the sand dunes or to the observatory or to the little lake. And the Broken Wheel Campground and the Eagle Cove Campground are separated by quite a bit of distance. And we're going to turn into Eagle Cove. So parts of this campground were closed, so I wasn't able to drive through all of it. Basically, at this time of year, they were doing a lot of watering, and so they were closing different parts of the campground so they could properly irrigate the grass. So we are going to continue straight here after the stop sign. And as you can see, this is a series of pull-through sites. So you come in on this side, and then you either go left or right depending on which site you have. So I think here we're passing, look like 54 on the left. Yep, 55 on the left, I think. Or maybe it was 56. It's hard to read the signs. But as you can see, these sites are pretty close together. There's not a whole lot of space between them. That was 62, I think. And so I'm not a huge fan of these pull-through sites. There is a vault toilet. Now, there are some back-end sites, but as you can see, there's a rope across the road. So I wasn't able to drive over there. So you can just kind of look and see. Those are much nicer as far as back-end sites go. And so here we're kind of going backwards, but we're passing some of the sites that are back-end sites that you can see there. And so I definitely recommend the back-end sites if you don't need a pull-through, because the pull-through sites are just so tightly packed together. It's just definitely not my kind of camping. And if you have the choice at all, I would say stay in the Broken Wheel Campground. But anyway, here's where we're going to go. We're going to go ahead and head to the other side of the campground, which is more of the same. And then, of course, those back-end sites were blocked off as well. So we're not going to be able to go through there. So just keep an eye on it as we drive through so you can get an idea for what it's like. So if we went straight, we would head back out to the main road. Obviously, we're going to hang a left here. And we're going to pass sites, I think, 75 to 88. So that was 75 to the left there. And as you can see, again, you just pull in. And even for some of these rigs, I mean, there's just not enough room. This guy's, parking on the road. So again, these aren't my style of sites. So it's kind of a bummer that I wasn't able to drive through the parts of this campground that I think were better. Then there's the sand dunes off in the distance there you can see. So we'll hang a right here. And again, I couldn't go in. There's the rope blocking it off for irrigation. But if you're going to stay in Eagle Cove, definitely get one of the back end sites or these pull-through sites on the left. aren't too bad. I think that's 91, and then that one on the left is site 90, and then there's one more up on the left, and that's 89. So those aren't bad either. If you need a pull-through site, those are definitely the ones to get. Probably some of the best ones in the campground. Okay, so we're going to make our way out of Eagle Cove, and then we're going to head back. We're going to go off of this map, actually, because we're going to go ahead and drive through the dump station. So here we go. You can see the restroom off to the right there. It's a big restroom, which is nice. And there's also a pavilion there with like some picnic tables and stuff. So I think it's called Eagle Cove Shelter. So I'm sorry that I didn't film that. I meant to, and then I totally forgot. Ran out of time. There's the dumpster off to the right there so that you can dispose of your trash. And then we're going to make our way back to the main road. And once you get to the main road, if you turn left, that's where you go to get to the sand dunes or the observatory. And then turning right takes us back to the entrance to the park or Broken Wheel Campground, or in our case, the dump station, which, as every RVer knows, is a critical component to a campground. And as you can see, I mean, this is a wide open campground. You know, there's really no vegetation to block sight lines. You're going to see your neighbors, and they're going to see you. But that's just kind of the nature of this part of Idaho. And it is beautiful, so I don't think it's really that big of an issue. So we're going to hang right here and head into the dump station. Now, what's interesting is off to the right in this field is, I think, the dog park. And it's not actually just fenced in. It just kind of denotes the corners of it. So anyway, we just passed the dump station, but here's parking for the dog park. So I guess you can take your dog over there and kind of let it run off leash, which my dogs would love. But we didn't bring them this trip, so I didn't visit the dog park. So here's more dump station, trash receptacle, and there you have it. If you go straight, that takes you into Broken Wheel. If you turn right, that takes you towards the park exit, and that's the direction that we're going. What a beautiful day to be at Bruneau Dunes. Look at those blue skies. I really enjoyed my time at this park, and I really enjoyed the Broken Wheel Campground. So that is a driving tour of the campgrounds at Bruneau Dunes State Park in Bruneau, Idaho. Okay guys, that is a look at the campground at Bruneau Dunes State Park. I should actually say the two campgrounds, the Broken Wheel Campground and the Eagle Cove Campground at Bruneau Dunes. I much prefer the Broken Wheel Campground. There's just so much more space between sites. I mean, if you need a pull-through site because you have a giant big rig, I guess go down to Eagle Cove. But if you can avoid that at all, camping here in Broken Wheel, which is where I'm at right now, is definitely the place to be. It's a hot and windy day today, guys, and there's not a whole lot of shade, so that is kind of a bummer. You're definitely going to want some kind of awning or the ability to get into the shade, a screen house, something. And the other thing I noticed, guys, is we're camping here in early June, and the mosquitoes are horrible. The mosquitoes are really bad. We've been running our thermocells. We even have to run our thermocells during the day because it's so bad. So just keep that in mind. It's hard to sit outside at night. I really wish I had brought a screen house and put it up because the avoidance of the mosquitoes. But other than that, guys, beautiful views. You can see the dunes from the campgrounds. Just beautiful everywhere you look. Idaho is a gorgeous, gorgeous state. So we really enjoyed our time here at Bruneau Dunes, and I would definitely recommend that you put it on your list of places to camp. If you have any questions about Bruneau Dunes State Park, drop some in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Again, this is part of our 2024 summer trip, so if you like content like this, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and hit that little bell icon that notifies you when we release new videos so you won't miss anything else. We're bringing you all the campground reviews from this trip, as well as camping vlogs and gear reviews, how-to videos, all kinds of stuff. So if you enjoy that kind of stuff, definitely subscribe here and follow along with us. Or you can connect with us at our other social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter, or our website at campoutside.com. I said Twitter again. X. We're on X. Let's just keep calling it Twitter. Okay. If you stayed at Bruneau Dunes State Park, let me know what you think. Drop some in the comments below. Let me know what you like about Bruneau Dunes State Park. And guys, we will bring you the next campground review video real soon. Stay tuned. See you next time.